tensions atmosphere of campaign 2016, there are few tougher jobs than debate moderator. Those who moderated debates ahead of this week's were subject to withering criticism. But somehow, my colleague Chris Wallace managed to be a tough but fair moderator whose handling of the whole thing won acclaim from nearly everyone. He joins me now. Hello, Chris. Congratulations.
I survived. I made it.
You did more than make it, my friend. You were splendid. We're all thrilled and proud. Tell me a little bit about the experience. Beforehand, when you were waiting there and you were about to go up and were on the stage before were you nervous?
Well, yes, but let me take you back a little bit further because it's interesting and it's a story I haven't told. So I had prepared all my questions. I have a great researcher, Lori Krim, and just like a normal special Fox News Sunday, we had prepared our questions. But the day before, on Tuesday, we did a run-through where I sat at the desk with the two podiums there. They had somebody playing Clinton, somebody playing Trump. And, you know, just to do a mock-through, we did 15 minutes on favorite pizza. And the Clinton person, I must say, did a fantastic job of explaining why her pizza was the best, and Trump person actually not quite as good on why she was wrong and his pizza was better. But the thing, why it was instructive is because I had formulated my questions and my idea of what was going to happen, but on the debate stage, which is so much closer, so much more intimate than it appears on TV, when you had these two people and they had them interrupting each other about pizza and coming at me, I realized that one of the keys to this debate, more than I had anticipated, was going to be making decisions on the fly. When do you interrupt? When do you not interrupt? When do you throw it to the other person? And that there were a lot of instinctual decisions I was going to have to make. Now,
that you couldn't prepare for, really. You just had to go with
but at least I knew that that was there, so I had 24 hours to think about it. You know, I think you feel like we've done everything there is to do in this business. I tell you, when you are in the wings and they're about to announce you to start a presidential general election debate between two people, there's not going to be a team, it's just you, you bet I was nervous. And as the debate started, I heard this voice asking these questions and thinking, who's that? And I suddenly realized it was me. It was an out-of-body experience. But I'd say about 10 minutes in, I kind of relaxed into it, and I felt it. I knew, not that I was going to always be able to get my way in terms of interrupting them or getting them to answer my questions, but I felt comfortable in the situation. And for the final 80 minutes, it was challenging, exciting, important, but kind of fun.
So you felt like you were kind of relaxed but concentrating?
Yes.
All right. Now, did anything surprise you about the conduct of either of the candidates?
As Keith Jackson, the fabled football announcer, used to say before a big rivalry game, these two guys just plain don't like each other. I mean, their distaste for each other. They didn't shake hands at the beginning. They didn't shake hands at the end. When she came over to talk to me at the very end, he waited.
What did she say?
Two things. She said, thank you, and then, as opposed to the other debates, there were barriers up so that the family couldn't walk up on the stage as they had in the other debates. And she turned to me and she said, do you think I can walk down there? And I said, Secretary Clinton, I think you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah. And so she walked down. Trump waited till she left, and then he came over. We had a little bit longer conversation. He said, good job, and he thought it was the best of the debates. He seemed quite happy with it.
Wow. Now, I haven't heard much criticism of you from any quarter except people who are not just citizens now. This is not people who are in our line of work or politicians or whatever. These are just ordinary citizens beefing about the question you asked Trump that led to the answer that made all the headlines, the effect he wasn't going to commit now to accepting the result of the election. When you thought about that, the criticism was that you didn't ask the same question of her. Tell me about that whole thing.
Well, look, let's just go quickly into the background. Trump, for at least 2 weeks, had been talking about this election is rigged, it's going to be stolen from us, and it had become such an issue that last Sunday, when Mike Pence was on the shows, he was asked specifically about this, and he said, of course, Trump and I will, quote, absolutely respect the results of the election. His daughter, Ivanka, the day of the debate on Wednesday, had said they will respect the results of the election. Trump had never said that. So to me, that was kind of a perfect win-win question in the sense that whatever he said, it was going to be news. I will say that when I asked him the first time and he said, I'll have to wait and think about it and see what happens on election night, there was a gasp in the hall, and I thought it was important to put this in historical perspective and to say, you know, this is part of the foundation of our democracy, the idea no matter how hard fought a race is, that at the end the winner concedes to the loser concedes to the winner, and they come together for the good of the country, and that's part of what unites us. And even then, when I put it in that context, he said, I'm going to keep you in suspense. Why didn't I ask Hillary Clinton? Because she in no way, shape, or form had ever suggested that she wouldn't accept it, and in fact, her answer was an answer when she said she thought his refusal to accept it was horrifying.
Yeah. So you took that, as certainly I did, as meaning that she'd be in no position now to come around later and say that she wasn't going to accept it.
No, absolutely not.
All right. So when did you sense, or did you, that this performance on your part had gone so well and that the praise would be pouring in from the left and from the right, from Democrats and Republicans? Or did you sense that until it happened?
I would say over Kansas and the airplane yesterday flying home. I mean, I'm too cheap to get airplane Google, but this time I did. And, you know, Wi-Fi, and I was looking at all the stuff, and I suddenly went, wow, this really went pretty well. No.
Well, didn't people come up to you after the debate?
Yes, but honestly, you're almost in a state of one, exhaustion, and two, kind of shock. I knew it had gone well, but I certainly didn't know that I was going to get the praise that I got, and, you know, that I was gratified. And I just want to make this point, because, yes, I felt good for myself, of course, but I really also felt good for us, for Fox News, because this was a big deal that Fox had finally, after 20 years in existence, gotten a moderator for a general election debate. I felt very keenly as I was preparing for it. I wasn't just representing me, I was representing us, and when it turned out well, I felt...
But that feeling ahead of time couldn't help with the nerves, did it?
No, it absolutely not. It absolutely added to the sense of pressure. But, you know, as I think I may have said to you at one point, the only thing worse than doing this would be not doing it. And particularly as I relaxed into it, I was having a great time. And
so you ended up enjoying it?
Yeah, but in a way that you're totally focused and totally in the moment. And, you know, I mean, I'll give you an example of the kind of decision you have to make. So I asked Clinton a question about pay-to-play in the Clinton Foundation, and she quickly says, no, that's not true, but I'm happy to talk about the foundation. And I go, oh, boy, because I knew where we were headed here. Now we're going to hear about, you know, all the good, and I'm not belittling it, but all the good work they do. Now I got to interrupt her. Let me tell you, you're on a stage in front of, I didn't know, but 71 million people, and you have to say, well, I know all that good work that you do, but I'm asked you about pay-to-play. That's a tough moment.
I'll bet. I'll bet. So now you're back. Fox News Sunday's coming up this weekend. You'll be back in the chair.
Right.
What are you doing this weekend on Fox News?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You know, you sit there and say celebrating it or whatever. I mean, in this business, you can celebrate for as long as until you have to do your next job. So by the time my plane landed from Las Vegas yesterday afternoon, I was bugging my booker about who we were going to have as guests. We're going to have Kellyanne Conway, and boy, I'm looking forward to talking to her because, you know, Trump's got a steep road in these last 16 days. What does he try to do? Right. And then we're going to have, because debate questions are a terrible thing to waste, and there were some I didn't get to ask, we're going to have a debate between Newt Gingrich and Democratic Congressman Javier Becerra, and my guess is it'll be as interesting and maybe more informative than the real debate.
All of this preparation is proof that this is a what have you done for me lately kind of business. Well, you've done a lot for yourself, for Fox News, and I would say for the country, Chris. Congratulations. And
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time.